Thank you so much, Senator Duckworth. Our first question today is from Tori Snyder, a small business owner and single mother in Pittsburgh. Tori.
Good morning, Madam Vice President and Senator Duckworth. I'm Tori Snyder and the founder of Self-Care Senorita and an advocate for Mom Rising. I'm based in Pittsburgh as a single mom with a toddler on the autism spectrum and a grandmother I help care for due to the after effects of COVID-19. I think I'm the definition of a sandwich generation. It has been hard for me because during the pandemic, my son's childcare program closed. And while it's open now, it's a huge cost for me as it's about 30% of my take-home pay. This is a huge as I try to care for my family and keep my small business afloat. I'm using a temporary expanded child tax credit to help pay my family's bills. I'm curious, is the expanded child tax credit going to continue after the end of the year? And are lawmakers finally going to make childcare affordable for families like mine?
Tori, first of all, thank you for being a part of this and for your voice and the courage of your voice to tell your story, because your story represents the life of so many people in our country. And I will say this, the child tax credit, we feel very strongly that it should endure, that it should continue. We know that it works. We know, and this is probably one of the things, I'll speak for myself, that I'm most proud of that our administration has been able to accomplish, which is the thought that we will lift almost half of America's children out of poverty. The generational impact of that is profound. And so we have to continue it because we know it makes sense, right? Which is just give parents that extra bit that allows you to take care of essential needs for your family. And that includes food, it includes rent, it includes the cost of childcare. So under the American Rescue Plan, we got it so that it's $3,000 for a child over 6 and $3,600 for children under the age of 6. And it is the first time that the money will go to families on a monthly basis. That is one of the important things about what we were able to accomplish. And basically, because the bottom line is obvious, your bills are on a monthly basis. You can't wait till the end of the year to pay the rent. And so that's part of the design of what we've done with the child tax credit. And the bottom line is that the current state of affairs is it's too expensive and too hard to find childcare, and we need to make it easier. And so there's a supply and demand issue at play here as well, which is the more that we can actually give parents resources to pay for childcare. It is our intention also, in working with IGEN and so many other leaders, to also demand that our childcare providers are paid more. But it shouldn't be more expensive for the parent to pay childcare workers their value. And so that, in essence, is what we are fighting for. Let's make it less expensive. Let's make it more accessible for working parents. And let's pay people their value based on the work that they provide for a community and society. So it is our intention to keep fighting for it, also to lower the expense of childcare so that no family, middle or low income, pays more than 7% of their income in childcare.
Well, I could not agree with Vice President Harris more. As a mom to 2 young girls, they're 3 and 6, I know how important childcare is. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity for all working parents, and making sure that every parent has access to quality, affordable childcare is not only good for the kids, it's good for our nation's economy because it keeps women and men in their jobs. And I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to get it done in the Senate. We are fighting as hard as we can. Where the American Rescue Plan, was passed on a party line agenda. And if we have to do this with just Democrats voting for it, as we did with the American Rescue Plan that brought you the child tax credit, then that's the way we're going to go. But we're not going to stop fighting. We hope that others join us, but if they don't, we're going to fight to make sure that we get this passed. It's that critical. The child tax credit goes directly into the pockets of families for diapers and formula and school supplies and food. We must extend these critical tax credits as we work to build back better and to really implement the Biden-Harris agenda. So know that we in the Senate, especially Senate Democrats, are fighting as hard as we can. And if we have to pass it along party lines, then we will. But we're not going to give up on our families.